Hello, this is Top Preps Exposure Booster Package interviews by Sunil Sunder. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with George Renault, a junior at Sonora High School in Sonora, California, and a cornerback and slot back on the varsity football team. Once again, George, thank you for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you, and congrats on your success playing football. I said for Sonora High School.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I just love to have this opportunity to talk with you. This is like a dream.
Yeah, it's great to hear, George. I know that football is your passion. Something that you've worked on your craft for a number of years. Last year, the 2024 season, I don't think you could have scripted any better, George, in terms of winning a state championship. The varsity football team. Can you talk about
Hmm.
making that transition from JV? And the fact is that, again, it concluded, in you holding, said that state championship trophy. Can you just describe that?
Yeah, it was a fun journey. We had a pretty good JV season.
Mhm.
I think we only had like a couple losses, and they were close losses. So I mean, we had a good team for JV, and like a majority of us got brought up to varsity. And it just we had a crazy team on varsity, and yeah, we were able to conquer and yeah, just fight through every team and eventually get to that championship.
Conquer and dominate. I mean, this team
Yeah.
was prolific. I mean, looking at those stats, and the fact is, varsity went through, said its ups and downs. Won the first five, I think, lost two in a row. Won the last
Hmm.
seven, three times, I think, scoring 50 plus points, and as well
Yeah.
60. Uh, Division four state champs for the first time in county history. That's just,
Hmm.
I think that's icing on the cake. What did it
Yeah.
mean to be part of such a, again, special group of players?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. It was just fun throughout the entire year. It was just like you had people over here, just like everyone's connecting with each other. Like
Yeah.
the connection we had with our team was just beyond. Like it was amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone is just so close with each other, and we could just communicate so easily on and off the field. It led to a championship, and like it was bound to happen.
Yeah, it's fantastic to hear. And that's not easy making that transition. It's like coming up from JV where I think you guys went 9-2.
Hmm.
As you said, there are other players as well. But the fact again, you guys were able to build up that chemistry, that cohesiveness, and really no drop off at all, and just being able to fit in like a glove, George. Just talk about that.
Yeah, so we all just came in and we helped each other out, make each other get better in any way possible we can get to.
Mhm.
Um Improving the upperclassmen as well. And just yeah, making a connection with them so we can all
Yeah.
work together and all of us can get better as a team.
Yeah, I think that again, that's such an important, aspect of the team is that the fact that the upperclassmen accepting and just, and willing to pass down that knowledge, that expertise, to the younger, to the underclassmen, and the fact that you
Hmm.
guys could take that, have that confidence, have that ability, again, knowing you could play on varsity. Look, the fact is, being on JV a multitasker. I mean, it said, cornerback,
Hmm.
slot back, backup QB, kickoff returner, field
Yeah.
goal ball holder. I mean, I don't. I think there's nothing you couldn't do, George. Can you talk about it? I think scored six touchdowns. Three extra points. Playing multiple positions, and the fact that you were so diverse. And multifaceted. Talk about that, and doing this since ninth grade. But I'm sure it's something that you really, took a lot of pride and joy in, George.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I've just been always doing like the extra stuff,
Hmm.
doing two a days quite a while, putting in like just hours of extra time off the field. And that just led to the coaches looking at me in different aspects. And then
Yeah.
like they wanted my speed for the offense and defense. They liked how I was flipping and how good like my defense was for corner,
Yeah.
and they really like that speed and that aggression to put me in multiple spots. and I just stuck in there, and I could do it good.
Yeah, that's what's so impressive about you, George. The fact that you can contribute in so many areas and, make an impact on, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. And I love the way you described like each of your highlight videos, like, the chase downs, getting extra yards, head on tackles, block passes, backstepping, getting to the ball, suplex tackles. I mean, again, there's, so much there to, peel off. But what is it? I mean, just the fact that striving to be that elite player,
Hmm.
again at the highest level. Uh, Again, just in terms of harnessing your skills, there are no limitations at all in what you could achieve, George. Just if you could describe that.
Yeah, so yeah, if you could just if I just put in like the extra work, and you always gotta stay consistency or
Hmm.
consistent. And yeah, you put in that those two a days, maybe even sometimes a three a day.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'll obviously show off on the field and what you can do, and how much like faster and easier you can be on that field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And just the fact that you continue to make those strides, building up that confidence,
Hmm.
your again impeccable commitment, dedication, and holding yourself accountable. I think that's what's again is so critical in this equation. The fact that you're willing to put in the time and be so meticulous about that. Again, I'm sure that that's something again you really have honed in on and just try to focus on every single day here, whether it's, in the off season or during the regular season as well, George.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I've just putting myself like accountable for striving to be like elite. Like even though
Hmm.
I might be that underdog, but like I can show up and I could do like as good or and even better than what they can do.
Yeah, we talked about it before we came on there. I think being the underdog, being that blue chipper, the fact that not a lot of people taking notice of you initially, but I think now, here heading into your junior year, people are definitely going to be paying, closer attention to you. And the fact that, even the year before 2023, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 2017, 2023 Super Bowl champs. So you've been part of that winning culture an
Hmm.
environment. Again, I think which is so essential. The fact that you
Yeah.
have that winning pedigree really pays off for you, and the fact that when you step out on that field, again, that it said things are it's going to come naturally to you, just in terms of how whatever position you play, George.
Hmm. Yeah. So like starting back a couple years, like I've been like playing with one of the tops, so obviously I'm gonna learn from the top and
Hmm.
obviously like become some of the top in like in all the positions too, and just like it makes me better at what I can do.
Hey, I have to ask you this. They popped into my head is in terms of a player's perspective. When you get out there on the field, um, what is what's just in terms of what is the feeling? What is just flowing through you? Like whether it's offense, Steve said special teams, from your vantage point. When you're looking at the opposing team and players, just what's
Mhm.
filtering through you.
Yeah, so yeah, the adrenaline just feels awesome.
Yeah,
And after like as soon as like if you get that kickoff and you're running
yeah,
down that field ready to hit that first tackle,
yeah,
oh that power and the
yeah,
adrenaline just it's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
And then or if the ball's getting kicked to me and once I catch it and then I'm running down the field, it's like I have so much adrenaline, so I'm like running like crazy fast,
yeah,
and I'm just like hit sticking people too. It just feels so fun.
yeah.
It's yeah, it's just super fun.
Yeah, it's got to be exhilarating. The blood's pumping, and like I said, yeah, the juice is flowing, and the fact that yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, kickoff returner, punt returner, again, just the it's just magnificent just to see, again, what you can do, to help the team, win in so many areas. Hey, let's talk about the coaching staff.
Mhm.
Led by head coach Kirk Clifton. Uh, Rest of the assistants on the team. What have they meant to you? Here, just I said playing on the varsity team and even beforehand on JV as well.
Yeah, so last year we actually had Kirk Clifton as our head coach, and that was his first year.
Okay.
And yeah, so he put a great team together and obviously got a championship. So
Yeah.
I think our coaching and our staff are like top of the tier. They coach
Mm-hmm.
very well. They've coached my skills for I've actually had some earlier from like eighth and seventh grade coaches actually come up to high school with us,
Okay.
and they've coached me there too. So I've had that coaching staff for like I don't know, like a bunch of years. So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely helped me to get to my offense and defense skills like high
Yeah.
up there, and
Yeah.
like being comfortable being able to do both ways of the ball.
Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful to hear. Hey, I wanted to pivot back to training for a season because again, your workout videos are just incredible. Just in
Yeah.
terms of, I mean, they're grueling. I mean, as you said, two, three, day, workouts. I was looking at kettlebells, gassers, lifting weights, squats, deadlifts, lunges. I mean, as you know, 24/7, 365, that's really what it takes, again, to be the best, at what you do, in terms of that
Mhm.
regimen and training. But talk about that. The fact you get up, said, in the morning, first thing, and then it's just, again, it's repeat and rinse, every single day for you.
Yeah, so I go by this quota called like chase greatness is what
Mm-hmm.
I've made, and I've just looked up to that, and I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gunning for. I got to get to that
Yeah.
greatness. So
Yeah.
I got to do whatever it takes to get there. So yeah, if it takes two, maybe even threes a days, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it to my hardest ability and push through every little minute of it.
Yeah. Okay, I have to ask you. I know you had that one post, the Memorial Day workout with your dad. So talk about that.
Yeah.
How, just the fact that you're able to, to make it, it said, have your dad part of this, process. I mean, I'm sure that was a pretty cool, moment for you as well.
Yeah, he's been there counting me or like pushing me through everything. We've come like really close through workout buddies now. So he'll join me once
Yeah.
like actually not once a while, like almost all the time.
Hmm.
And yeah, so we kind of like count on each other to push each other, and even on days where we're not like wanting to work out, we'll go to each
Hmm.
other and we'll ask, "Hey, you want to go work out?" And we both be down for it. So he's yeah, he's just become my weightlifting, my excruciating exercise workout buddy. But yeah, it's fun to have him around and work
Yeah.
out with me.
That's awesome. To have that special bond, with your father. I know, just as imperative for you is attending showcases and camps. And I know you've, the last couple of years, 2024 Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, the Paul Wolf football camp, Stanford University, the Lake Forest, said football mega camp, Mountain Point, Arizona, USC, as well.
Mhm.
Just, various exercise, going through, but I'm sure like picking up a lot of, just the advice, information that, you could apply to your game. Just talk about how good that was to be around, it said other, it said athletes as well, coaches, college coaches especially. I'm sure that that's something that was very meaningful as well for you.
Yeah, so at these camps, how I look at it is to be able to get the best and to be able to showcase at these camps, you have to work
Hmm.
and learn from these camps.
Yeah.
So I go to these camps and I make sure I take notes of everything. I like to remember like what I was taught at these camps, and then bring it
Hmm.
home and at practice and
Yeah.
use them as like drills. And yeah, they've helped me a lot throughout these camps, and I like
Hmm.
going back to these Cal Poly and Stanford ones because they're like some of the top schools that I
Yeah.
like to go to for like some good drills that they push me through, which I just
Hmm.
love doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just makes me that much better to be able to work out at that kind of level.
Yeah, I think just to acquire those fundamentals and skills, again, is so critical. And the fact that you're going up against some of the best competition as well at these camps,
Mhm.
just, again, pushes you to even greater heights as well, George.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun. I just like pushing myself and competing against these other kids because
Yeah.
like it's just fun out there.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, and that's the great thing. You get to meet, form those relationships, friendships, with these kids, and I think that's something that, again, is so significant. Look, you're just not a football athlete. You wrestle, you run track and field, so you're on the go, constantly. I'm wondering,
Yeah.
like, just, but those sports must play such a, again, pivotal role, like, just in terms of the strength and conditioning and help, aiding you just in terms of playing football as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wrestling crazy conditioning. I
Yeah.
I love getting conditioned before going to the track as well. And obviously the good form for tackling for football.
Hmm.
I love doing that sport. It makes you strong all over the body.
Yeah.
Because you're using like every single muscle in the body for wrestling. It's
Hmm.
another competitive sport, which is what I like, and it's just a lot of intensity.
Yeah.
And for track gives me that endurance to do to get faster and to run faster for long periods of time. So
Yeah.
I like to do I like to not for competing but practicing the 400 to get better at long distance and
Hmm.
pretty much kind of sprinting during that. And yeah, it's just fun to be able to use those sports and combine them to get better at all three.
Yeah. I mean, because you take such a pounding, week after week, during the football season. So I'm sure again, as you alluded to, the strength and conditioning really does help you, in that process. And that's what I want to ask you. I mean, what has worked out for you, like, just in terms of like, the rest and recovery and like, and then even nutrition as well. Like, what is, again, just because during the season it's not easy, I said, you have to get, again, back out into that practice field, into the weight room.
Mhm.
Again, what's been, the blueprint for you, that has worked out, for you as well, George?
Yeah, so I've just eating good, sleeping well,
Hmm.
always hydrating
Yeah.
with some electrolytes. Always got to
Hmm.
have the use those
Yeah.
electrolytes. Um and yeah, just keeping your body maintained good, some like nice massaging with the massage gun and
Yeah.
some icing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely helps. That's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah, no, those are all elements that again help out, again with the recovery process. And let's talk about game days and practices. I said you're back to putting, the helmet, the pads, jersey on. Last year wore number 37 for the Wildcats. Now this year you'll be donning the number 3 jersey. What has that represented to you personally, George?
Yeah, so I've just always had the number three, and it's just always, I don't know, it's just like meant for me, I guess. Like I've
Hmm.
always just thought, yeah, three is just that's just my number.
Yeah,
And to be able to put this back on a varsity team in high school, it just means a whole lot to me.
yeah,
And I'm just gonna use this jersey and use these pads and everything and showcase me this season,
yeah.
and it's just gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, it's great to hear. And let's talk about playing home games at Sonora High School, but also on the flip side, road games, Friday night lights, Saturday afternoons. Doesn't get any better than that, George.
Mhm.
I mean, especially I'm sure like the pregame speeches in the locker room, the walk down, to the football field, running out, having the home fans, cheerleaders, band. Uh, people from the community as well there to support you and the rest of the team. Uh, what has been the experience? I'm sure something, you really take stock of.
Yeah, it's just exciting being able to walk down. We have this little path going down in the middle of the crowd on our side
Okay.
of the field, and it's
Okay.
just like the walk down these stairs. Oh,
Yeah.
it's everyone's on the sidelines cheering you on. It's just amazing. It's just so much
Yeah.
fun. And then once you get on that field, you got all that adrenaline and energy, and you're
Yeah.
just ready to hit someone.
Yeah, that's fabulous to hear. That's definitely
Yeah.
the goal. Okay, got to ask you, any superstitions, before you take the field to get yourself, as said, ready for the task at hand, the battle in the trenches here, George.
Yeah, I like to go in we go in the weight room, or not the weight room, the our team room actually.
Okay,
And
yeah,
we all have like a team prayer before our games.
okay,
And I
yeah,
think that helps us a lot, bringing us
yeah,
a better connection and from with God, and helping them to like make us feel safe and
hmm,
protect us during this game. So
yeah.
I really appreciate that we do that. And yeah, it's just getting us ready for this game to get us all pumped up.
Yeah, I mean it's a battle of attrition. I mean it's warfare out there for 4 quarters. I mean,
Mhm.
you want to come out on top with a W, and the fact is that it's not for the game, for the faint of heart this game, and injuries happen, and it's just like but the fact that that's the end goal is to come out, as said, and everyone to be on the same page and healthy. That's great. Hey, those road games, bus trips must be awesome, man. Like just the fact that brotherhood, and it said all you guys playing for one, playing for each other as one. I mean, what does that entail for you? I'm sure it's something you definitely have enjoyed as well.
Yeah, I mean, we just get to connect even more on the bus ride there. We get to all lock in together.
Hmm.
We all get to listen to some music to all like get us all in that mode to be
Yeah.
able to either the next day or that same day come in
Hmm.
and thrash some other team.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just not being about an athlete, it's being a student athlete. And you've been
Hmm.
able to meet the expectations, far, I mean, just really be the best of the best in terms of your GPA. I mean, last year, 3.75, the year before your freshman year, 3.9, eighth grade, 4.0. It said, even going back to sixth and seventh grades. I mean, it's definitely time management organization, but I think this is one of the most prestigious and distinguished honors you received, nominated for the Congress of Future Medical Leaders Award of Excellence by the National Academy of Future Physicians for outstanding achievement, leadership potential, and determination to serve humanity in the field of medicine. George, I'm sure that was so fulfilling and rewarding for you. Congrats on that. And I know that your motto has been education plus sports equals a future leader. Talk about that. I mean, I know it's something you definitely harp on, and like really again, it because again, it's not easy, to being a student athlete. Again, a lot of rigors, a lot of commitment, and dedication. But again, what has worked out for you that the fact that you're able year after year to excel in the classroom.
Yeah, so they always say student before athlete. So
Yeah.
I always put that I always make that my first thing in my list. So always got to work on that school. So as soon
Hmm.
as I get home after practice, I'm on that homework. In
Yeah.
classroom, I'm always locked into these assignments.
Hmm.
Um Quizzes, I'm always like I got everything memorized. I'm ready for these schoolwork because I ain't gonna go nowhere if I ain't got no schoolwork or bad student.
Yeah. No,
So yeah.
yeah. No, it's true. And the fact that you're again accountable for your actions, and you know where you want to go in terms of down the road. You're looking at the future as well. I mean, again, that's a testament to your work ethic, and it's something that, look, between the practices, the game film, the lifts, game time. There's so much that goes into it and unpack, but then you have to come back at night and as you say, hit the books, prepare for quizzes and tests and assignments. I mean, that's no easy task at hand. I mean, again, it takes a lot of hard work, and obviously you put in the time, George.
Yeah, I mean you have to put in that time for school because
Yeah,
that always comes first.
yeah,
Um how hard you work in the school is gonna lead you on to better paths in the future.
yes,
So
yeah.
you always got to work hard in that school.
Yeah, no, definitely. And let's talk about the Sonora High School administration, athletic department, student body. Um, what is that support, meant for you here, both, again, in football and then in the classroom?
Yeah, so yeah, it helps a lot because we actually have a sixth period where we can weight lift too.
Okay.
So and that helps with all other sports. There's it's what's it called? Team sports. That
Hmm.
also helps. It's a whole bunch of different sports and activities we can do. PE definitely helps a lot. Gets us in shape, running a lot, which is good for
Hmm.
every sport. Good, got
Yeah.
to get that good conditioning in. And yeah, Sonora High School has a lot of options to help us with all of our sports.
Yeah, that's terrific to hear. Hey, you talked about your dad and just having that connection with athletics. Didn't want to forget about your mom. So what have they meant to you just in terms of that family support, that guidance, here from the start of you playing football and other sports as well, wrestling, track and field.
Oh yeah, so my mom's been she's been videoing me since I was like in third or fourth grade,
Okay.
playing football on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's always been on the sidelines videoing me.
Yeah.
Some of these highlights are actually from her phone, so
Okay.
gotta thank her for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad actually, he used to run down the field with me when I scored, like when I was running for a touchdown. We'd
Okay.
like be racing next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, I said special to hear. You've been playing football again for so long, tackle football since you were 8 years old, George. I'm just wondering,
Mhm.
what are some of the intangibles about the sport on and off the field that make you come back to it year after year, and sometimes kids do go through burnout, but again, you've been able to keep up with that demand and with that being consistent. What is it about the sport that just separates itself from the rest of the other athletics?
Yeah, so I just have that I just have like a good mindset for these
Hmm.
sports. Um Keeps me locked in. I love playing these sports. I love like being active.
Hmm.
It just makes me feel good because I mean, anytime I'm like laying around, I'm like, I gotta be doing something. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just boring too. Like you
Yeah.
just I gotta go play a sport, throw a football around,
Yeah.
maybe like run a few 100 meters on the track. Gotta do
Hmm.
something because yeah,
Yeah.
it's just fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is to be active and to keep your
Mhm.
mind fresh and sharp. And obviously, you definitely thrive in that in that environment. And let's go to social media. We talked about before we came on the air, just again, how much it's helped you out and benefited you just in terms of getting your name out there. And
Mhm.
you're heading into your junior year. I mean, you still have a year after that. So I mean, really, the next 2 years, you know, uh, yeah, you're going to be, I said, keep on moving up that ladder. Just highlight videos. I know, again, your mom has done a tremendous job, and the fact that Huddle, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, but especially on X, formerly known as Twitter. I mean, I'm sure it's something that you really have, focused on, and like, that's something that you definitely want to keep up with, every single time out. Just talk about that, George.
Yeah, so me and my dad have a system that's called one in fives,
Okay.
and is what we do. We post one a day, and that could be for either of us, or
Mm-hmm.
we send out five things to coaches, and
Okay.
usually it's more than five. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're on Twitter. We're always looking for new coaches to email, and yeah, we make sure we post every day and stay active on Twitter.
Yeah, and again, I think this platform here for Top Preps. I mean, I said over 175,000 followers. This Top Preps Exposure Booster package interview is going to be really something that is going to help you, along in that process. Hey, I know you got so much pressure on you, just in terms of athletics and academics. You need to kick back and relax. I know some of your hobbies are as an assistant coach for Special Olympics, flag football, riding dirt bikes, and camping. I think that's so gratifying, paying it forward in terms of working with Special Olympics, flag football. Again, for you, that's something I'm sure is very rewarding.
Yeah, I like to use the skills that I learned on the field and the camps and bring it
Hmm.
out to help these guys. And it's just fun watching them and being able to coach around and like learn some new skills that I can use in the future
Hmm.
on
Yeah.
like maybe like coaching my kid when I'm older or
Hmm.
and maybe I could even just learn from some of these special needs guys
Yeah.
out on my field because I mean, there's some fast guys. I've raced a couple and they're
Yeah.
they're pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it's so inspirational and to see him out there like no matter what they're not no excuses at all and they're going out there and they're giving it their best and the fact that you're serving is that role model for them again that is just a beautiful thing to see. Hey, I'm just wondering like with those hobbies of riding dirt bikes and camping, I'm sure it's something where you can really like sort of de-stress, you know, clear your mind, as said, enjoy the scenery outdoors. And as you said, you always like to be on the go and be active. So I'm sure those activities are something that, you definitely enjoy as well. Just, prosper from it. Just, it must be, and just spending time with family and friends as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, camping is so much fun, especially when you bring like a fishing pole too.
Yeah.
Go on
Yeah.
the like ride the bring a tube and ride
Yeah.
the current downstream,
Yeah.
catch a few fish,
Yeah.
and then at nighttime to look up at the stars. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, nothing better than nature. That's the again, it's great to see. Okay, have to ask you, just when it comes to college, NFL, any players that you pay particular attention to, sort of try to model your game after, or maybe take away some of their tendencies and apply it to your game, George.
Yeah, I recently looked at Cooper DeJean.
Hmm.
I've looked up to him. He's pretty cool, especially since it's like he's like kind of like a newcomer too, and he just
Yeah,
had some crazy plays in the Super Bowl, like that pick six. I
yeah,
thought that was awesome. I thought I
yeah,
could learn from that and maybe even get a pick six myself at
yeah.
the at some of my games.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, before you get the final word and message here, well deserved, George. I said I think you're in a great position, and again, seeing how much your character, your integrity, and I think for the younger kids and out there playing sports, what advice and message you would give to them? Because there's so much competition, as you know, out there, and it's hard to again differentiate, separate yourself from, the rest of the competition. And then you have social media. But what would you say to them as they try to navigate, this process and trying to figure out what sports, maybe it's they're good at football and just trying to be successful and just, again, move up that chain.
yeah. So yeah, pick a sport that you love. I mean, if you don't love that sport, you're just gonna lose the motivation and mindset to keep on playing it. But
Hmm.
putting in that extra work to be better at that sport. Yeah, making sure you just really like what you're doing
Hmm.
and pushing through it. Like anytime you feel bad or you feel like you're tired, but making sure to like keep on going and do it even though you are tired. So
Yeah.
yeah, for anyone that wants to like play football, just like yeah, just do the stuff off the field too. You don't have to just do what everyone else is doing. Put in some
Yeah.
extra time, put in
Yeah.
some like extra, like maybe even it's just 30 minutes. Like 30 minutes could help a lot if it's consistent. So just
Yeah.
like stay consistent and do these workouts hard.
Yeah, sound advice. I think you're destined also to be a personal trainer, George. I think you could
Yeah.
that's something you could definitely, think about because I think you have all the tools, all the expertise to do that. Hey, well deserved here just in terms of the final word and message for family, for friends, teammates, coaches at Sonora High School, the community of Sonora, California. I want to give you the floor, George. I'm sure there are a lot of people you want to thank here.
Yeah, yeah. I would like to thank all of my coaches. They've done so much for me so far. And I want to thank my parents and my family. They've helped me all throughout the years. They've always been there for me. I just want to thank for the Sonora High School, just every staff there too, teaching me
Mhm.
new things. And I want to thank the players for helping me to get better, because obviously we have a good team this year, and I'm just learning from what they had, and just getting better from what I can get better at.
Yeah. Hey, a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you, George. Congrats on your success, playing football on the Sonora High School varsity football team and, wishing you all the best this upcoming season. I know we're going to be hearing more, say positive things about you, more accolades and accomplishments. And again, wishing you continued success.
Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciated it.